Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley.
Get him off pig, Freddy.
Get him off big. Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host, the man that doesn't like a fat beat, but prefers an unskinny bop. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion and best friend, Josh Briley. Say hey, Josh.
I tell you what, Richard Lee, I like a fat something that starts with a B, but it ain't whatever the fuck you said. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. Episode 211. 211. This has got to be close to our 4-year anniversary, right?
Yes.
Somewhere in
It's
here.
within a couple of days, I think.
4 years of doing P3 Radio.
We said something about that last time.
Yeah.
We're doing it again.
We don't remember. So we're just trying to decide when our anniversary. We'll just
I think I
celebrate
was pretty direct with when I think it was, and you're just like, well, it could be this,
it. Could be.
could be that.
I don't remember what your direction was. What was your direction?
Mid-August
Well,
is
we're-
when we created
we
the
are
Facebook page.
right
and
here
I
at
think
the
it was
damnedest-
actually around the 17th or the 18th is when
Yeah.
we created that
We
Facebook
did that
page.
first show when we created the Facebook page.
Because it was all around the same time. But we're not going to fucking ponder on that. We've been here for a long-ass motherfucking time.
Yeah, 4 years. I thought you meant like here today. Like
It feels like it.
we've been here almost an hour.
We talked about a bunch of stuff
We
already.
did. We did.
Might should have recorded some of it. Might not should release some of it.
Yeah, a lot of it was just me and you airing grievances.
Yeah, and telling jokes probably shouldn't record.
Yeah. But
Lots of good stuff.
yeah, like my
We could have been on Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah. One of my grievances is, fucking ants are back. The ants are back.
So I've got a hypothesis about that.
You do the hypothesis.
Because you know how much it's rained, and it was like a
Yes.
flash fucking flood.
Yeah, it like drove them in.
Yeah, because it's the same way at my house, and it's been within the last day.
It was like
They're everywhere.
It was like kind of like a St. Patty's Day. The rain drove the snakes out of our. Well, how did anyway? St. Patrick.
You're
drove the
Irish.
snakes.
I have no fucking idea.
I'm Scottish.
Oh, me.
Yeah, Irish Scottish.
Don't fucking hit me with a shillelagh or anything.
Well, shillelagh.
My bad.
Wait a minute, that didn't sound right. Anyways, like the snakes were driven out by St. Patrick out of Ireland. The rain drove out the ants to the
Cool.
inside. Yeah. And
I don't believe that.
I've been shillelaghing them, spraying bleach water on them and hitting them with a paper towel.
Get on out of here.
Today I just saw them on the counter and I just started slapping the counter. Might bite the shit out of you when they start dying. You know that much.
About
right
10
now.
of them get on you.
Woo.
That's it.
I have never been attacked by fire ants.
I have by just maybe like one, and that was when I was weed eating in the backyard by
Yeah.
one of the big mounds that they build or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of them little shits just crawled up that weed eater and got on my arm and bit the fuck out of me.
Does it hurt? Is
Yes,
it like a bee sting?
It feels, like you're sitting by like a bonfire or something.
Yeah.
And one of the embers get
How
on you.
close do you sit to bonfires?
Well, when you're kind of drunk and you almost fall into them.
Joshua, get away from that bonfire.
Oh, hell, Ronnie, he done fell into it. Sounds like that's happened before, huh?
Get him out. Don't breathe, Joshua. It'll collapse your lungs.
It's all right. It was just his leg.
We'll tell him a fire ant bit him. Mama, what's all this on my leg? It looks kind of messed up. Fire ants got you.
You're going to need skin grafts now.
I thought the fire ant name was just a name. I didn't know they really breathe fire. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Well, it feels like it. One of them little shits hurts. I can't imagine like 500.
My
My dad, who will deny death with anything. Oh, hell, the elephant won't kill you, hell. But he said, them son of bitches will kill you if you sit down in it. Like, when
That's how
have
we
you
lost
ever
Bobby
just-
Joe.
When have you ever just sat on top of a fire ant mound and let 500 of them bite you? Old Billy Ray Watkins did back in 1962.
I get a taste of that taint meat, they get it all over you.
That was our generation's Thomas J.
Yeah, I mean,
He went back there looking for Billy Ray's opal ring.
didn't they do an episode of MacGyver about ants? Like,
I don't know.
yeah, I want to say they did. Like, it was like they would swarm and just like eat up something. It was like they had to kill them with like fire, and MacGyver did some stuff with dynamite.
He
and
used a
killed 'em.
watch to fucking laser kill him.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, we were supposed to record this yesterday, Josh, and
We were supposed to record
last
yesterday,
night,
like, I
during
don't
the
know
day
how many
and
times.
at night. Yeah, and then I sent you a message. We were supposed to have a guest, Chris, and Chris called and said he wasn't feeling too well. And then I was like, well, I've been up pretty much for 2 days with a swollen uvula. And when I sent
what?
you that message, I was like, here we go. This dumbass is gonna make fun of me because he doesn't know what a uvula is.
Oh, I know what it is. I immediately go to. I first thought the vulva.
Yeah,
know.
I
Pussy was
figured.
the first thing I thought about.
Yep, I knew. I know.
And after I got done telling myself jokes, I was like, this motherfucker, he's done been to the doctor so many times
I haven't really this year. I have not, other than blood pressure problems.
in your life.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've had some surgeries.
you basically went to doctor's college.
I've had some surgeries.
It's not like barber college or
No.
anything. We'll make you a doctor in 2 years, motherfucker.
They don't put you to sleep when they cut your hair, unless they're Brutus Beefcake. So I mean, there is no learning on the job while you're looking through the mirror. It's just you're out and you wake up and go, you did what now? Okay, that sounds great.
I actually have $20 for my wallet missing. I don't know nothing about that, brother.
And I think you messed up my bangs a little bit. No, I went. Yeah, I woke up Friday morning
Fucking uvula.
at 1 a.m. going,
Like a cat
yeah, like a cat with a hairball.
coughing up a hairball.
And right now, I can still feel it when I go, like, you know how you do that little, like you're hocking up a loogie? Mm-hmm. I can feel it popping off my tongue. Like it was resting on my tongue. And every time I breathe out, it goes plop. It plops out. So it's better today.
You've been having something hit in the back of it, huh?
Well,
I knew
No.
you got a promotion somehow.
I was gonna say something, but I can't.
Trying to protect yourself. Huh?
No,
Protect your earnings.
no. I mean, I can't think of anything.
Because you're like, yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that was a good one. Can't think of anything to come back. I wasn't prepared for an attack. Now you just kind of Pearl Harbored my ass.
Oh, talk about shit we shouldn't say.
What? We
You're
got
not
attacked.
supposed to say that.
We got attacked.
I know, but like,
You attacked me out of the blue from nowhere.
I think that phrase, Pearl Harbored, has been like, you're not supposed to
Oh.
use that.
We can't talk about how we got attacked.
Well, no,
That's some marriage bullshit right there.
That's just what's in culture now.
Really?
You can't say that.
We can't talk about how we got attacked.
You can't use that term Pearl Harbored.
Well, you can't.
There's been, I think it was,
Really?
even in wrestling, they've been told, I believe.
Well, they've been told not to call it a belt.
Well, yeah. Medical facility, pal. Not a hospital.
Right.
I mean, I get it, but I think that's along the lines of...
Dude, that is literally some marriage shit. You know, like
Now,
you know what I mean?
look, I can bring up all this shit about you, what you did.
No.
what
I'm
you
not
didn't
saying
do.
you,
But-
I get what you're saying. I
know.
understand what you're saying.
I'm speaking
saying,
on the wife.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can bring up all this shit about you and what you didn't do, but if it's ever something that I did to you, don't you fucking try to start a fight with me. Like, what? You're pointing out all this shit that I didn't do,
You attacked our harbors.
but I can't say anything about you.
And so long ago you attacked them. You should be over it by now then. No, it's like, you know how it is. It's like the significant other can be mad at you at the drop of a hat. You can take the wrong turn on the interstate. She just be like, "Bah, don't know what the fuck you doing. You know, but
Do you need help?
if she ever said something to you that was out of line, and you got mad? What does she do?
All you do is just get mad over stupid shit. Like,
Either-
that's what I hear.
Either that, or they go on the defensive and get mad at you for being mad.
Yeah.
Like,
How dare you have feelings towards some shit I said?
only feeling you're gonna have towards me is love, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What do you mean I called you a motherfucker? Oh, fuck you. I call you a motherfucker.
Guess
Don't
what?
get all sensitive about it.
This shit's staying shut for a week.
It's been shut for 2 weeks already.
Oh, so you're keeping time. I get that. So you're keeping time
You
now.
got a stopwatch? I need a fucking calendar.
Need a sundial for that son of a bitch. And then you don't get laid for a month.
This is the one. I heard episode 211.
So that's what you think of me, huh?
And then she'll hear it on my birthday. Cake just says happy birthday, and
So
it's
you-
just like carved in motherfucker at the bottom.
But you told me last week when you were drunk you was going to suck it from the back.
I was wondering how you were going to do it.
It's like, damn, she become a contortionist?
I can't see this happening without me having to bend a little bit at some point.
You know my back's hurt, woman.
We did.
I'm going to have to crunch up like a dog scratching his ass.
Like a dog taking a shit.
Rubbing, yeah, it has to squinch up like that.
Oh man, we did talk about like before the show started. You said
You just get in the head. You just get in the head. Move your head a little bit. I can't.
we did talk about like you're sacrificing today a little bit to record on today.
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, I told you yesterday that I was like, well, we can record today, and you were like, well, I gotta be gone by 1.
Yeah, I was going to do my breaks or whatever, but FedEx
No.
fucked me.
Yesterday, you were like, I've got to be done by 1 because I
Yeah.
got plans. I was like, okay, cool. We'll record at 11. Well, I woke up hacking still, not being able to like swallow, and
Your vulva was...
my
Messed
uvula
up.
was swollen. So I went to the doctor, and by the time I got out of there, it was 11:32, which we had talked. I was like, we could still probably try to get 11:30. I sent you a message at 11:28. It's like, I'm almost done. You want to do it today? I'm already half gone. I've already got halfway out of the state by now.
To be fair, you sent me like 3 messages, and you're
Yeah.
like, well, might record. I'm just in so much pain.
I didn't
and
say
this and
just
this.
so much pain.
I'm miserable, man.
I did say I'm
and all this
miserable.
bullshit, and like,
Well, let me put something on your throat to see if you can sleep.
you wish you could put something on my throat.
I just can't physically do it.
You're lucky if you get past my molars, motherfucker.
Guys, it got weird.
Oh, man.
Speaking of which, my dog's balls have about 2 weeks left.
Countdown to nut stinction.
Oh, he hasn't gotten any better, by the way.
Just being a little prick.
Soon as you leave the room, I took him outside last week, and he pissed on everything outside. Like, there was nothing left. The last time I saw him, like, try to pee, it was just like dust came out of that motherfucker. I was like, he is dry. So I brought him inside, and I said, all right, he's good. I went to go get my clothes on for work, and when I come back, there was a small droplet right by the couch. And he was cowarding, like, oh shit, I did it. Like, I can't help it.
I had to at least squirt a little bit out of this.
Yeah,
son
I
of
was
a
like,
bitch.
how? How did you do it? In like 2 different spots. Like, I was like, how? How did you do this? So, yeah, it's just like, as soon as you leave his eye line, he's like, all right, I'm going to go piss on that real quick.
So I think you're just going to have to treat him like one of them fucking assholes from the supermarket treats their little chihuahuas, and just carry that little son of a bitch everywhere. Like he's Dr. Evil and his cat.
I told my wife, I said, we have that little knight statue. Have you seen it? It's on the porch.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's outside.
It's watching over our house.
Oh, okay.
No, the first time
This is Knights Templar, Joshua.
we're going to carve the moat next week. We got to get a permit, though. You know, Bemis is crazy about stuff like that. I hear y'all want to put in a moat.
My wife said something to me about getting a permit for some stuff we're going to do, and I'm just like, yeah, A permit.
Just do it on the weekend.
Fuck them. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said. Because, we're just going to get some gravel and put a driveway in the front because
I don't think you had to have a permit to do that, do you?
I don't have a permit to do any of it.
You do it on the weekend, you're fine. Usually, there ain't no buildings.
Out there on a fucking Tuesday. It's Sunday, motherfucker. No, but I had a close call, man. I had to rush home from work Friday.
Really?
When we were having all these flash floods.
Oh,
my,
yeah.
My goddamn car. I hadn't been driving my car to work because I was going to put new brakes on, and I
Plus,
thought,
it smells like spaghetti.
yeah, I've been trying to let it air out. I found more. I told you.
No, you found
Yeah.
more spaghetti.
I thought it was just contained on the front seat.
Yeah.
And all that, but it had dripped from the front seat into the back carpet and got all over the back carpet. It lined it with a film of pasta.
Did you get it out?
Yeah, it took me a while.
Well, I ordered a small steamer, carpet steamer. Mm-hmm. Like it's about the size of this radio right here.
Yes.
I'm going to use it on my car that I'm selling because there's stains all over it, like from like Coke and stuff that my daughter apparently just spilled. She was back there having like Steve Austin like drinking sessions where she's just pouring it all over the place.
You went to clean out the back seat and your hand got stuck.
Yeah, it's like Jesus.
I can't sell this.
So I'm going to clean it out
I
with
want to
that.
scrap this son of a bitch.
If they'll go to crush it, and the roof will stick to the bottom.
I can't get this fucking Explorer off my goddamn blade.
Like 3 times the stickiness of a movie theater floor
Oh, my.
pre-COVID.
I was what kind of movie theater? Talking about like one of them little booths at Miranda's?
17 times stickier than that.
Ooh, damn.
No.
My wife mentioned one of those booths a minute ago.
What?
Like,
a minute ago.
you know what I mean? A few days ago,
Yeah.
we passed one of these little shady sex shops on our little trip we took.
Yeah.
And she was talking about those little booths. She was like, yeah. She said, you want to go to one of them little booths they got in the back, don't you? And I was like, no. What the fuck? She was like, yeah.
She knows my heart.
She was just making a joke. She was
Yeah.
like, yeah. She said, that's where you're going to work. And then she said, no, you'll be the son of a bitch that cleans up the booths.
Dang.
I said, no. We tease each other like that all
so
the
what
time.
you're saying is she likes to humiliate you.
No, we fuck with each other like
Put
that.
them panties on you, sissy.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
You got quiet there for a sudden.
I mean, we're just the type we
y'all
fuck
just
with
mess
each other.
Yeah, we do the same thing.
But yeah, she said, you'll be the son of a bitch that cleans up the booths. I said, hell no.
With
I
your
didn't know
tongue.
that those things were like, I mean, I thought it was always just an exaggerated joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But apparently,
They had him in Walking Tall, like the rock version. Like he was
jerk booths.
Yeah, he put a quarter in, and it was like a stripper in there. And it had like these curtains that
I was
went
talking
up.
about them little they got video booths at the one down the interstate there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you go into
gross.
this little room, and it's like little. From what I've been told, there's little booths, and then they got like video screens, and you put in your money or you pay the person first or some shit, and
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure it's a prepaid job.
you determine what video you watch and shit. It's like, but why don't you just buy a DVD and do it at your house?
Or they have this thing called the internet.
I live with
now.
my mom, so I got to jerk off somewhere else.
They have the internet.
I don't know, man.
just,
It's still a thing. I think it's somewhat erotic to be
I guess
jacking
maybe
off in a
somebody else's place.
semi-public place.
Oh.
It's like banging your wife in a neighbor's pool or something.
While they're
It's
on
erotic.
vacation.
Yeah.
We
We ain't supposed to be here. Oh, that makes me hot.
Oh, Jesus.
I've only banged a chick in somebody else's pool a few times in my life. That's it.
Chick in someone else's pool. This is the only time I've ever happened. Wait, I had that kiddie pool thing. You weren't doing it there, were you?
No. It was somebody's aunt's house.
Somebody's aunt's house. You're out there in my kiddie pool. Hurry up. They're going to wake
He's
up.
going to be home soon.
There ain't even enough water to cover up your legs. It's like you're fucking in a puddle. But no, what I was
Oh, that is a shirt if I ever heard one. Fucking in a puddle.
I had a coworker. We were talking this week about.
Fucked in a puddle.
No, we were talking this week about like, I don't know what came up, but somehow I was like, yeah, I do a podcast with my buddy, and they were like, you do a podcast? I was like, yeah, I don't promote it because I was like, I don't even talk about what
evil.
I do. I was like, I don't even talk about what I do on the show because I don't really want to promote this at work. Because like we talk about risque things. I imagine this would be one of those things that people were like, what the hell? But no, what I was saying was, so we didn't get to record yesterday. So you came over today and you said you're sacrificing today because it's someone's birthday.
Mr. Ray J is 68 years old today.
Wow.
Yeah. My wife, we were on our little trip yesterday, and she just looks at me and she's like, do you realize your dad's going to be 70 years old in 2 years? I said, God damn, that is like... Is 70, is that when you become ancient?
Yeah.
Like, is that the number?
I'm going to say in the 60s, man.
I don't know.
Late 60s, you start looking at somebody like, they're just old. You know what I mean?
Maybe 65 is when it's like, that's, well, he's taking a pill to fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I always look at it like Jim Ross used to say, when Vince McMahon would get hit, he's like, he's a 53-year-old man, and you're like, yeah, that's pretty old. I guess 50s, 60s. You're getting there.
Yeah, it's just trippy, man. Like 70.
Well, he's 68.
I know, but I'm just saying to think that it's a head trip, man. I know you're not close to your dad or whatever, but like it's just.
I'll tell him happy birthday when he gets back.
It's just, yeah, he's been trying to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah.
I imagine that would be the only way I would be able to get away from those like car warranty calls if he went to work for him. Because he would not call me. Here's my son's number. I'm going to have to quit this job. I'm going to put in my notice right now.
Which son? Son number 2, I think. I think that's what it was. 2 out of 7 ain't bad.
He looks weird. I saw a picture of him on Facebook. He's got like 7 accounts. He's like,
Forgot my password.
He creates the account apparently, uploads his profile picture, and then forgets he ever did anything.
Well, got a new phone.
Guess I'll start over on Facebook.
Got to spend this money on something. I ain't been paying it on child support.
Oh, man. But yeah, so I remember I asked you, I was like, you were like, my dad's birthday is today. I was like, does he know?
Right. Because that's that age, it's like you start forgetting everything.
He doesn't seem like he'd be the one to celebrate his own birthday.
No, he's not. And he's not the type to forget anything either.
Yeah.
Like, he remembers shit like, you remember what you did back when you was 15? You did the blah, blah, blah. You tore out,
Caught you fucking a Gatorade bottle.
That's the first time we had the fire department at the house.
Yeah, and I was like, y'all are coming in with balloons and cake, and he's just
Happy birthday, Heather. Thought it was a little later on in the year.
What the hell y'all coming in with all this stuff for? Joshua, happy birthday, I guess.
Happy birthday. Sorry I forgot. What?
No, Daddy, try again. Looks at the dog. Tallulah, they told me you were born August 13th at 4:05. We celebrated your birthday 2 days ago.
Right.
Like he knows exactly when the dog was born, but looks at your mom like, Frida, when was your birthday again?
I'd swear it was September 3rd. August 31st. You son of a bitch. Damn. Expect me to remember everything.
We're doing your cake awfully early then. It's for you, Daddy.
What
It's
the
your
hell's
birthday.
going on? I got to go out there and work on that Bronco now. Like, that's his only concern. Yeah. You taking time away from me.
You never drive it? How's it always broken? What are you doing to it?
No. He's trying to improve everything that hasn't been replaced or fucked with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to make it new, Richard Lee. He gonna make it new.
He's like working on that thing like they work on the highways in Memphis, just constantly for the
Yeah.
past 30 years.
Never ending process.
Yeah. By the time I put that part on, it'll be time to put the other parts on.
Because it's already old.
Yeah. Out there just rotating the tires every day. You never drive it, Daddy. I got to change oil in it tomorrow. That oil's 3 days old. No good now.
It's gonna be built up in it.
Oh, but yeah, man, like, so it's been a crazy couple of days between the ants and work and
Your Volvo.
my uvula. It does feel better though. Like, I slept today. For
Well, it's
like
the weekend.
hours.
I mean, you're just abusing it Monday through Friday.
Dude, I tell you though, when you wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning and you're like, you can't go back to sleep. Like Friday night, I slept in the chair. Like I slept in my recliner because I was like, man,
Because I was just so wasted. I was passed out.
there's a difference between falling asleep and passing out in the chair.
Fell asleep in my own piss, brother.
Why did you go all Australian there? But anyways, man. So how was your, other than you said you had some tragedy strike you last night at 12 o'clock when you got home.
Yeah, my wife, she opened up the back door of the car and she was getting some of the shit out that we had acquired over the trip, and
I love how you call it the back door of the car.
yeah.
Back hatch. There's
No.
door. Y'all have a door on the back?
Well, it's got 4 doors.
Okay.
2 are the front.
The back passenger or back? I thought you meant the back hatch.
Oh, no.
Okay. I was
No,
like,
no.
what do you call it? She opened up the back.
The back driver's side door,
Nice.
sir. And she tried to shut it, and it was just boom. Came off that fucking thing like a rebound off fucking glass
Oh,
of the
that
NBA
sucks.
game there. It was fucking bad. And apparently, when she opened the door and something happened, or about the way she opened it, either way, it just, the latch
She fucked it
inside.
up.
Yeah. That goes without saying.
I done told you when you open that door not to pull that latch that hard.
Either way, I figured out there's been a recall on every single door latch on that car.
Yeah.
Like all 4 points. And apparently they used plastic latches.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds
Metal normally used,
Yeah.
for fucking door parts or whatever. But these motherfuckers at Ford in 2014 saw fit to fucking build this son of a bitch with plastic door hinge parts.
Nice.
And they were recalled within a year and a half of being produced. The car was made mid 2014. By mid 2016, there was already a mass recall.
Yeah.
So we bought the car. It was the beginning of 2018, and I'm not sure because it was like a rental
Right.
from Hertz or something
Yeah,
before
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I'm not sure if they did the recall or not. Either way, the motherfucker's broke again, and
Right.
it's plastic.
Right.
So we're gonna have to take it to the Ford dealership tomorrow. But man, I made an absolute ass of myself.
It's a spaghetti incident all over. Fuck. Ha! Noodles.
Because she was like, we got to close it. It might rain again. And
it did.
yeah, it probably did.
It did.
Either way,
It rained.
I got out there and I got my knife out and I was trying to fuck with the latch and just so I could close it, and I couldn't get it going. And I just started slamming that motherfucker. And it was boom, boom, boom. I'm out this like 12:30
Yeah.
at this point. And I'm just like,
Midnight and a half.
I'm screaming, motherfucker! Boom, boom, boom. I mean, I had like a mini incident
Right.
out there, like a mental breakdown or
You
whatever.
just don't have good luck with cars here lately.
I ain't got very much patience either, Richard Lee, and it don't go well together. It was
Right.
like I had a thing happen out there. And finally, I told my wife and my son, I was like, just go in the house. Just go in the house. I need to be out here by myself. Because I had to have this happen by myself.
Right.
That way I wasn't ashamed of what I was saying. Because I don't feel right, my son being right there and create.
Like, instead of you just not doing it, you're like, you get in the house so I can do this. Not, I shouldn't be doing this. My son's here.
I'm not
We need to remove my son from this equation so I can
do it
this.
alone. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what happened. It just, after all that bullshit that I told you about on the trip that we're not going to talk about on the show, the bullshit getting back, the fucking
18-wheelers were lined up for 3 city blocks.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. But either way, that was just the cherry on top, my friend. And I had to send the wife and the son in there because I had to have my breakdown by myself. That way I wouldn't be embarrassed.
Well, next time, Josh, something that will make you not embarrassed is if you buy a shirt from P3 Radio Tees. P3 Radio Tees is the #1 supplier of P3 Radio merchandise. And you can get there by going to tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. Josh, if they go to tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees, what will they find?
They're going to find all the t-shirts that P3 Radio has to offer. The 80s tee, the cover art t-shirt. Ray J's truck is still up for grabs. Dwayne's still going to get that truck.
Yes.
We got so much more. The ECW like t-shirt, all kinds of shit. Choose that second most expensive option. We only got like 3 options. Do not be a cheap ass and choose the
Sandpaper.
least expensive option. You will regret it and your nipples will as well. tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with fire up. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone fast with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead.
We're talking about this before,
Take my chances.
and I said,
I die for living in the movies.
this song is like everything masculine and
But the hardest thing I ever
like
do is watch my lead
sexist
ladies.
at the same time.
Some other guy while I'm
And self-deprecating a little bit.
I might fall from a tall building. I might roll a brand new
He's not laying it on thick yet.
cause I'm
No.
the unknown stuntman that made Redford such a star.
Yeah. So
He's
this
just talking about being the guy that creates all the spark,
Listen,
but not getting
Never spent much time in school, but I taught ladies plenty. It's true, I have my body
Like what?
out for pay. Hey, I've gotten burned over Cheryl Teague's, blown up for Raquel Welch.
He did it all for the
When I
nookie.
wound up in the hay, it's only hay. Hey, I might jump an open draw.
I love this. So this is the theme for sung by Lee Majors called The Fall Guy. This is the show. It's called The Fall Guy. And it used to come on. Like for me, it used to come on after Saturday Night Wrestling when I was a kid, and me and my grandfather used to watch this all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like he was a stunt man, but he was also it was like he did stuntman stuff, but
He didn't
also
get the
solved,
glory or
like-
the pussy.
he solved crimes and stuff. Like you couldn't have a show back in the 80s where it wasn't either a sitcom like Who's the Boss type thing, or
Angela.
yeah, it was either a Who's the Boss type thing, or it was like you had to be also a crime fighter in some way, like Miami Vice and Magnum PI.
MacGyver.
Yeah,
The Fall Guy.
You had to have some kind of like. So he was like this. I guess this was after $6 Million Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was like the guy that would also do like stunts, but in his free time he solved mysteries.
He was like a stuntman, Scooby-Doo type dude.
Yeah, but I mean everything about that song was like
I just take it
you
as
couldn't
a
have
song.
a song now about that.
He was just doing the song. He was talking about he did all the pop, but he didn't get the reward from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
We were sitting here talking too. It's like there are some songs that aren't even that long, like actual songs. It's like a minute 42.
Oh yeah, that took up that needed commercial time right after.
Yeah, Fall Guy was brought to you by Shore. It's like what? Like
I think you're thinking of Tide.
Tide.
Sure.
What was another? Tab Cola. What was it? Knee High Cola.
Yeah, because Knee High was sponsoring the Fall Guy.
Knee High. The amount of pussy the Fall Guy gets. Knee High.
He could stack them up knee high on Friday. Oh my God!
But no, man. Hey, we didn't talk about this last week. So, and I didn't know how to breach the subject, but Bobby Eaton passing away, man.
You know, I just thought that maybe we didn't talk about it that way. We could kind of just have a happy show.
Yeah.
Last week, because it seemed like in podcast world, which it rightfully so, there was a lot of shows that I know you and I listened to that they just had Bobby Eaton tributes and whatnot, which I enjoyed listening to.
Yeah.
Found out a lot of stories I had never heard before and stuff like that. But our gimmick is usually funny,
right,
and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. I kind of thought about it after I got home after recording last time we recorded, and I was just thinking, yeah, we didn't even mention Bobby, but I think it was coming from a place of we had heard all this, and I struggled not to fucking just break down in tears through a lot of the shit that I'd been listening to about the subject over this past week, and I just think like that was maybe the way that we handled it. You know what I mean?
I met Bobby for the first time at Ed Lander's show in Milan. Like he had a show, and it was like 2003. I want to say maybe 2003.
We met Bobby before that.
Yeah, we met Bobby. Well, the first time we actually met him was in a hallway at the Oman Arena.
Yeah, in 2001.
Yeah, we were young, and we were at a WWE show, and he was, I guess, being an agent for MCW, Memphis Championship Wrestling.
It was a WWF / Memphis Championship Wrestling show.
Yeah.
And he worked for The Office at that point.
And he was down in like this little downstairs area that we could see him. It was roped off. You couldn't go downstairs if you were a fan, but like me, you, I want to say Chris Peterson, a bunch of us just started chanting, Alabama Jam, Alabama Jam.
In the picture.
Yeah.
It's me, you, Grayson, Blake Warren, Chris Peterson, and Bobby.
Yeah, and Bobby's got his eyes shut. It's like the My Name is Earl, like he's blinking at the entire time. And Bobby's like got his head down because he's like on the steps still. But come up and shook her hands. It was super nice, man.
Yeah.
But I remember when I first knew I was going to be on the card with him, I was like, I was going to actually be in the back locker room with him. I was like, oh man, I'm going to get to talk to Bobby. And I marked out, like as soon as I saw him. Because, dude, when I was a kid, like, Bobby Eaton was one of those guys I was like, I tried to do that Alabama Jam off of the swing set at Justin Bates' house all the time on my little Ninja Turtle wrestling buddy.
Yeah.
I was just doing that. Like, that Alabama Jam was like the coolest thing I ever saw.
I think for us, he was one of the more emulated wrestlers because he was so good. And even as a kid, we didn't think that we thought it was completely legit.
Right.
But the way his stuff looked, it was great, man.
I remember when they banned the top rope the top rope jumping, and then Bill Watts had to come back and say, well, anything you come off the ropes with force down on opponent's neck or head area is going to be banned. And they showed like Bobby Eaton's knee drop.
Yeah.
They're like, this knee drop will be illegal.
And you're like, well, fuck.
And I remember looking at it going, I could see where that'd be illegal. Looks like you killed the man, But I mean, that's the way the Bobby was. Bobby was just really good. And when I met him for the first time, I walked up to him and I said, hi, Mr. Eaton, my name is Richard Mulliken. I was like, I always said if I ever got a chance to meet you, I was going to tell you that one of my favorite matches with you was against Terry Taylor at Halloween Havoc 91.
The Prince of Darkness match. And I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know. They went really into the Halloween themes for Halloween Havoc 91.
It was just a wrestling match.
But,
like, it wasn't like the loser gets draped in a fucking cloth.
No, it wasn't anything to it, but it followed the Chamber of Horrors match, which I loved as a kid. even though looking back on it, there were some flaws. And then Big Josh and PNU's taking on the Halloween Creatures, who have not been seen from before or after that match. I still don't even know who they were. It was just a jobber match on a pay-per-view. And then that was followed by Terry Taylor and Bobby Eaton, which if you go back and watch it, Halloween Havoc 91, it was one of the best matches. Well, it was the best match on that card for sure. But yeah, man, I told him that, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I remember that match." You know, just like he didn't
was
make
just
me
like
feel stupid.
a normal Tuesday for him.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I think I remember that match. Thank you, sir. Thank you." You know, like real nice. And I was like, "Man, he's really polite for." Well, then as I got older, like I told you, I had a match here in Jackson at the fair. You know, Bill Dundee was running the fair at the time, and I was wrestling. And after one of my matches, you know, I think I've got it on YouTube with Michael Gilbert. He came up to both of us, him and Ricky, and was like, "Man, I watched y'all's match. Y'all did this really good. Y'all did, you know, hey, next time do this," you know, giving us advice and stuff, and was really super nice about it. And I was like, man, I just had half of the Midnight Express and half of the Rock and Roll Express.
When you say Ricky, you're talking about Ricky Morton.
Yes. Two of the nicest guys I've ever met in the business. But yeah, I had both of them compliment my match, give me pointers, you know, like they really cared. So I was like, man, that's awesome. And the last time I saw Bobby in person was at a show in Arkansas. This is like 9 years ago now. It's one of the last shows I did. We talked for a good 30 minutes. He gave me a big hug when I was leaving. He told me to get home safe because there were some storms coming. And I mean, that was the kind of person he was.
And thinking back, like I'm just sitting over here festering from what you said. Like Ricky Morton and Bobby Eaton both had come to you with input from your match.
Yeah.
If this was the art world or whatever, wouldn't that be like fucking Da Vinci and goddamn Van Gogh or somebody being like, "Hey, next time you paint this motherfucker, put a little more oil in that son of a bitch." Or, you know what I mean? Like that's mind blowing.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, as a kid, that was awesome. You know, and then I did think of some of the funny stuff, you know, that I remember seeing Bobby do. I remember there used to be this stuff called niacin that a lot of the wrestlers took, and it was just like a supplement, like a bodybuilding supplement. But what it did was it made your skin, like I can't remember what exactly it did, but I remember I was being told that it would like bring the blood up to your surface on your skin, made you look a little bit more tan, but also burn the impurities out of you. I can't remember what the whole thing was, but it was really kind of harmless. But they had asked Bobby if he wanted one. He took it and then started freaking out about it. Like, you know, like, "Oh, what did y'all give me?" Like,
goddamn skin feels like it's burning.
But just stuff like that. And then the interview we had with him was priceless because the whole time, like, he was just, he didn't like doing interviews. He didn't think he was good. And I just thought it was so awesome that like halfway through the interview, he just didn't feel it was going well, which I thought we were doing good, you know, other than the fact that you didn't drag a lot out of him. It was just like, it was good, it was bad, I liked that, yeah, I remember that. And then at one point he's just like, "I'm just not really good at this. Y'all won't call me back tomorrow?" Like, let's do it again.
He blamed the mountains.
The mountains too. The mountains. I mean, we're cutting out here a lot, but I mean, dude, just an awesome guy. And you know, we had an interview with him. And the reason why we had to interview other people is because, you know, he was just like, "I'm done. Like, I don't think I'm going to get any better than this," you know. And so we interviewed a few people that knew him really well. And I guess if you go back and listen to it, it's in our archives. I think BT was going to use some of it for a show that a tribute show he did. So if you go back and listen to it, I can't remember what episode it is, but if you type in Bobby Eaton in the search for P3 Radio, you'll find it. Just really sad that we lost the dude, you know.
It really sucks, but I mean, you know, I thought about it, and it was like, it's one of them deals, you know. His wife, Donna, Bill Dundee's daughter, she died about a couple months ago.
Not even a couple months.
So
maybe a month.
Bobby and Donna, they had been together since before we were born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking around 40 years or so. Maybe even more. Right. And you know how it is whenever... you know, it's that classic marriage story that you always know of somebody that with this exact same thing that's happened.
Right.
Okay, Donna goes a couple months ago at the most. And, you know, it's like whenever you have somebody that you just that's your other half.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the other half of your soul. When they go, it's like usually it don't take much, and it's usually not long where the other will just go along too, you know?
Right.
Like they were together for, like I said, probably 40 years, you know? Yeah. Like it sucks.
It sucks, man. But like you said, you know, I didn't really want to breach it last week because, you know, I know a lot of people were, and I think I wrote something on Twitter. And I was just like, well, and I remember, like, my wife asked me, she said, how are you feeling about this? And that was the first time I'd actually just sat down and thought about it. I was like, I'm okay. You know, like, he was a good guy, but I know, like, he was having bad health problems and stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it easier, but it's still, when you hear somebody like that passing away, you're shocked. And what's sad was I didn't hear about it at first. I opened up Facebook when I woke up and saw a bunch of pictures. And I was like, something happened. You know what I mean? Like, immediately when you see people doing that, you're like, something happened. So, but no, man, it sucks. But I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean?
Really not much else you can say about that kind of subject. You know, I hate that it happened, but how do you segue from that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, another person that passed away, you know, two more people that were involved with wrestling in one way or another. Burt Prentice passed away like a day or two before, who had been running shows
literally
here.
the day before.
Yeah.
And then the assassin, Jody Hamilton.
Yeah. And then another
the day
guy
before that.
Another guy passed away Friday who used to be a part of Florida Radio, and he was part of Sirius XM Radio, Fez from the Ron and Fez show.
Huh, didn't know that.
He had bad heart problems, and he was a huge wrestling fan, you know, and I'd called into that show a bunch of times and talked to Ron and Fez about wrestling and stuff like that, and, you know, he had been having health problems and everything, but he passed away Friday. So it's just like, it seems like it comes in threes when it comes, and this one came in fours, you know, so it's like, is there two more coming?
Dominic DeNucci.
Yeah, Dominic DeNucci, that's 5.
And that was Mick Foley, wasn't that his trainer?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Shane Douglas and a few others.
Yeah. So just a lot of stuff going on around this time, and I don't think any of it was COVID related. It was just health issues, you know. And in a time where everything's COVID related right now,
did his sister's daughter have COVID?
Right.
Well, we'll mark him up as that.
Dr. Steve posted something on Twitter the other day that said, it was some article that said, man that died with COVID could have had it way worse had he been unvaccinated. And you're like, what? And he's like, this is ridiculous.
Damn.
But anyways, yeah, let's move on to happier times, Josh. And you brought something here. You got two articles here. I'll let you put over your articles first.
Well,
speaking of COVID,
speaking of COVID, this is not nothing just like flashy or whatever, but it could be. I mean, it's our favorite restaurant, Taco Bell. They are going to defy COVID. They're going to put futuristic spins on their new restaurants coming up in 2022.
They got a new restaurant coming in 2022, but they can't,
a new style.
And they can't bring back the fucking Mexican pizza.
Yes, they're going to invest all their money in infrastructure.
Shit!
That's what they're doing. Dubbed Taco Bell Defy, the food giant is doubling down on trends amplified by the COVID-19 pandemic.
What?
Now, the COVID-19 pandemic.
You ran out of air there a little bit. You're like,
you are like a fucking bird dog, just harking on shit. Like, I'm not going to say anything about you struggling over there on that struggle bus whenever
this
something
asshole
happens.
Fuck these words up, man. I mean, he's got words that he don't even need.
But you're like, there ain't no "the" in there. Like,
well, that was before we started recording.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, my God.
Before we started, you said the Walmart.
Namely, digital ordering and delivery is going to be their focus on what they're improving on. Now, the location expected to debut this fucking technology is Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. But
that was where Jesse Ventura was the mayor at one point.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know, I think we need to get this new Taco Bell shit in this town here.
Like, but they're not going to open up the doors of this specific restaurant until the summer of 2022.
Yeah.
But according to the company, the new design concept was developed by the Minneapolis-based Vertical Works company, and it includes a drive-through experience with 4 fucking lanes. Now, that's going to tell me
do it like a bank.
they're going to have like more real estate.
Yeah.
Like instead of buying a certain square foot, or you're going to make the fucking restaurant smaller. So no matter how you do it, either you're going to have to sacrifice with restaurant space,
Or you're going to have to buy out the
sacrifice
land next
buying
to you.
out, like more land or whatever.
Maybe that's why they're doing it Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, is because they have the land there to do it. But that makes me think they're going to have those little things that bank tellers have with the air drops and stuff. Like they put the bank, you know what I mean? You put the money in the thing, you hit the button.
They're going to put your order in a little tube.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be all fucked up when it gets to you. Your burritos got stuck in the damn air tube. We're going to remake them, walk them out to you.
They're out there with a plunger trying to get this shit out of them.
So the drive-through has become...
We promise you this is going to be safe for your colon once we get it out of here. It won't do this to your body.
Now, if they get messed up, we'll just make you some more. I have to be at my girls' ball practice in like 20 minutes.
I love how, also, if they were to go that route and have 4 lanes, how long? Because Taco Bell is the world's worst about building that front window on the drive-thru and never using it. So how long before those 3 lanes with the airdrops are gone? Are just disabled?
Well, I don't know. I think that's just you coming up with the airdrops.
Well, I'm just saying, if they got 4 lanes, they got to have some way of getting the food to, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's
that one motherfucker with the headset is not going to be manning all those. I get what you're saying.
Hey, car 4 over there, heads up, go long.
Do like Lamberts and just fucking throw your chalupas at you.
You just see a bean burrito hit the fender of a 1987 Yugo and just shit go everywhere. My bad, man. Let me get that remade for you. Hold on one second.
I didn't have my orange juice this morning. Shit.
Then he does it again, and it's like the passenger side door.
Well, goddamn! Can you get out and come up to this window? No. So I chose drive-through, bitch.
We'll try to underhand toss it. It just bounces off the roof of the car.
Opie Cunningham tosses it. Well, he did 3 free throws. So the drive-thru has become a major staple pandemic-era dining experience. So, hey, I've never been more happy to go through a drive-thru at this point in life. It's like, hey, we're not trying to go in there and be a part of that. Let's just go through the drive-thru.
Right.
So they're expanding on that. And that's been embraced by Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and other food chains.
Starbucks slinging coffee at you 4 lanes deep. We're just going to put a hose in it. Put that hose up in that cup we threw you.
So here's the thing.
Turn it off. Turn it off. It's pouring in my car.
I got pumpkin spice, motherfucker.
All this shit all over my car. Don't go with my spaghetti smell.
Oh, that'd smell awful. So 3 of those lanes, though, are going to be solely dedicated to mobile or delivery order pickups.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I mean, if you're a Uber or a Uber Eats driver or a fucking Grubhub or whatever the fuck your town offers, 3 of those lanes are going to be offered just for those type of people. And they're made on whatever it is that's going to be made on the Taco Bell app or via the third-party apps.
Yeah.
Now, that's pretty smart because I think a lot of people are going for that gimmick. You know what I mean?
Ordering on the app.
But I do see at some point, whenever all this picks up, I think restaurant establishments are going to start offering delivery service.
Right.
That way they can control who they sell their food to and get the most money out of it. Because, it's easy for somebody to go to Uber Eats or Grubhub and post their order, but are they really getting all the money. You know how companies are, man. Like, oh, I think I can make more off of this shit. So this is going to be a 3,000 square foot restaurant, and it is designed to roughly equal the existing footprints of all Taco Bell locations, but is expected to see higher foot traffic. So are they saying, like, we're expecting to get more people to the restaurant, but, I don't know. When I see foot traffic, I'm thinking of like people dining in.
I always think foot soldiers.
Yeah,
Like-
the Foot Clan.
Yeah.
So to help with the flow of customers, it will
Tony Atlas joined the Foot Clan, I heard.
he was a founding
Now
father.
listen here, Shredder. When we gonna start worshiping the feet?
Ooh, them the face walkers.
Sorry.
That's what he says. That's what he says when he sees paraphilia. Ooh, those are face walkers. So there will be a digital check-in screens for mobile order customers that will scan their order with a unique QR code, and another staple of the COVID-19 touchless era. So that's like you come up and you just choose your shit on the screen. That way you ain't got to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll be in aisle 4. So that's kind of like the check-in things right now at a lot of bigger restaurants. Like I know last night we did Olive Garden, and I just went to Lane 3. I went to the little website and checked in, and they came out and fucking did the thing.
Huh.
Like that's kind of like
the way of the future.
way of the future. So the food chain will be routed through a sophisticated system that includes two-way radio and
Two-way
video,
audio.
or two-way video audio
There you go.
and video technology to chat with employees in a contactless manner. So it's going to be like FaceTime. Hey, what'd you order? Mirror pickup for Briley, ma'am. All right, hold on, shit. Oh, that'd be lovely.
I was at the Wendy's last week.
The
I
Wendy's.
was at the Wendy's.
You added a the.
I did. I was at the Wendy's last week, and this woman goes, "All right, may I take your order?" And I was like, "I need 2 chocolate Frosties." "We don't have chocolate Frosties. The machine broke." And I was like, "All we got is vanilla Frosties." I said, "All right, well, I'll
Isn't that
have."
out of the same machine?
I was like, "Well, I'll have 2 vanilla Frosties." Then she just stopped listening to me. I could hear her talking on the machine to somebody at the drive-thru. She's like, "Here's your chili, and here's your," and I just stopped talking. I was like, "What the hell?" And then I heard her say, "You better wash your hands. They saw you rub your nose."
Oh my!
To the guy in the lobby. I was like, "Oh Jesus!" And then they're like, "All right," and she wasn't like, "I'm sorry." She's like, "Now, what'd you say you wanted?" It wasn't
Like
like,
you're inconveniencing
yeah,
her.
like, "I'm sorry." And then I got up there, and she's like, somebody else is like, she's talking to people, but she's like, "Let me turn this mic off. I'm tired of telling people I ain't talking to them." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, I was confused too when you started talking about chili and stuff." She's like, "Yeah, I'm not talking to anybody out there. They just get all confused and start talking to me." And I'm like, "Well, you could see there."
So, like-
you could see where there'd be some confusion, right,
I think
ma'am?
you're the confused motherfucker in this situation.
But
bitch.
anyways,
But yeah, they're gonna be doing them big Taco Bells, man, and I can't wait. I can't wait till our Taco Bell upgrades and becomes a super Taco Bell.
I just want them to bring back the Mexican pizzas. That's
Well,
all.
no, they're focusing on infrastructure first. Then they might bring them back.
Which one of the 2 burritos would you like, sir? Bean, beef? Which one?
I thought you were going to keep going.
No,
I thought
that's
there was
it.
more than 2.
Just 2.
No, it's just 2.
Just 2. We
Which
got
one you
fries
want?
coming back next week. You can bring fries back, but you can't make a Mexican pizza. Bullshit.
Fries at a Taco Bell.
Yeah, you got chicken, but can't make. You got rice, but you can't make that cheesy chicken and rice burrito anymore.
We ain't got the instructions to do that no more.
It's like, what? I asked him today.
Go on
'cause
Pinterest.
we went by today, and I wanted to see that last time they had fries, they had nacho fries Bel Grande.
Yes.
Which was, so I asked them, I said, "Do y'all have the nacho fries Bel Grande?" And they were like, "We got the taco fries." And I was like, "Well, no, this is," and I heard somebody else kick in. I was like, "We don't have those anymore." I was like, "Okay, thank you. I'll go with the taco fries." But anyways, yeah. Bring back the fucking Mexican pizzas. That's all I got to say.
Or I'll bum your place.
No, I didn't say that now.
So, it
I'll
sounds
send
like
them a gift from this place.
that's what I was going to say. It sounds like you want to send these motherfuckers a gift. And not just any gift. I'm talking about this is a gift that I thought was a rib at first, but this is an actual company.
If a doctor in Kentucky, I think it was, would have known about this place, she wouldn't have gotten in trouble for sending her husband's ex-wife.
Yeah, used dirty tampons and dog shit.
Yeah.
Like, she could have fucking ordered from poopsenders.com. Now, Poop Senders is, it says here, the original Poop Senders, always fresh, always anonymous. Now, they emphasize on their website. Now, it's got an elephant's ass. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, it's crowning.
Yeah. It's crowning an elephant turd.
Jerry Lawler's WWE music.
Look here.
You can jump in anytime.
The king has been crowned, or is crowning.
Looks like
it's a red elephant's ass.
It looks like that eye in Lord of the Rings. It's definitely yawning.
Yeah, it looks like it does look like an eyeball. I think that's just the inner ass.
It looks like a sad elephant eye.
Yeah,
if you look at it the right
it's
way.
a sad elephant brown eye.
Yep.
But
that brown eye looks blue.
Don't you make the brown eyes blue. It's the ultimate gag gift. Sweet revenge at its finest, guaranteed anonymous order now.
Is that what it looked like, your asshole looked like before you had the hemorrhoid surgery?
Yes, that is me on December 31st, 2020.
All that pink sock coming out with your turds.
that pink mesh bag.
Yeah, I don't
floating
think that's
out.
supposed to come out like that.
It's awful. They
Anyway,
shouldn't show that.
Where did you find this website, by the way?
It was a Facebook suggestion.
which says more about you than anything.
Does it?
Was it our Pop Poncho page?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. You have littered that thing. Now I've got like all kinds of search results, like animal shit, how to remove spaghetti stains from interior,
so
and how to buy cars from like.
This isn't just any animal shit website.
Yeah, it's like,
they guarantee it's anonymous and all that shit.
How can this be legal?
This is the 2021 summer sizzling sale, 50% off of 3 pounds of steamy elephant poop. Now, look, last month it was going to be $99.95 for 3 pounds of elephant shit. This week it's going to be $49.95. Hurry up, limited time offer.
These elephants aren't going to shit
They're
forever.
not shitting forever. So
this cannot be legal.
Well,
I love the size though.
So they offer other stuff other than elephant shit. They've got cow dung, and it says elephant crap.
This can't be real.
But that's sold in the quart size or gallon size. Gorilla poop. And a combo pack that has all three: cow, elephant, and gorilla. So there's
now
some kind of
accepting
fucked
cash, no paper trail.
Yeah, so you got to send them cash. Whatever.
This can't be real.
It is, and they have a legal thing.
It says, hold on, go scan back for a second.
You may not use our service to threaten, constitute harassment, violate illegal restraint, or any other unlawful purpose. The customer agrees this is a gag gift. Novelty service for entertainment purposes only. And only is in all capitals, so I feel like they're yelling it.
Yeah.
Only! And that is their only intention. PoopCenters.com's liability to the customer is limited to the price of the product. Customers ordering any items from this website agree to release PoopCenters.com, its agents, its officers, and its employees from any and all other liabilities associated with the use of our services.
That sounds like somebody that posts one of those no trespassing signs, and you just have a body holding a bullet wound, going, "Oh, he shot me! I posted a sign. I posted a motherfucking sign. You didn't want to be shot. You shouldn't have been trespassing."
I think, look,
Seems like any good lawyer could get you past that.
you know the gimmick with this page.
Yeah.
So,
and then, of course, on the other page, they say top 10 reasons to send someone poop for your ex. Oh, yeah, it's a gag gift. You know how much you just get together with your ex and just laugh around. Neighbors' pets crapping on your lawn.
Send them some elephant shit.
For your mean boss. For a salesperson or mechanic that ripped you off. Yeah, all this sounds like goes against what they say in their legal. A last-minute gift for someone who has everything. And number 6 goes with their legal. A gag gift? Number 6! You know, the thing they're building their whole entire company on. A gag gift. Right. Made number 6. 1 through 5, though, was definitely something that'll get you in trouble. For the rich, gloating friend. Knock them down
1
a
through
peg.
5 is just, all liability is out the window.
Yeah.
I was just joking. That's what they're saying.
To the teacher that gave your son and daughter a poor grade. How about you look at the kid on that one?
Send that kid some shit.
Yeah. Till you get your grades up, that's what you eating.
Let me tell you something, Penny. Next time that's not all A's on that damn progress report, you're cleaning up Doc's piss.
Someone left you a negative review or feedback. Yeah, none of this sounds like good-natured stuff, by the way. Or number 10, you just don't like them.
Look at my legal section on my fucking website. That's what they're saying.
Customer testimonials. This is a gift that every asshole neighbor should get. Said from your neighbor in Trenton, New Jersey. Where have you been? I just found your site about a month ago and have already sent out 3 poop packages. And the shit is just starting to fly. JP in Chicago, Illinois.
Maybe he knows Lance.
Maybe. Lance, have you been receiving a big box of elephant shit every other day? Look at JP.
Give us a review on that.
I can't believe this is real for first off.
It is.
And you're sending cash. This just seems like...
I feel like they're making the shit, though. I don't feel like that there's somewhere that just has a fucking farm somewhere that has cows, gorillas, and elephants on it. And that's all that it has, and that's all the shit that it offers.
Their card comes with a card that says, "You've been pooped on. Want to know by whom? Over." And on the over side it says, "We'll never tell. www.poopsenders.com." Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's try it.
No, I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay $49. I don't want to pay any amount of money for shit. How about that?
So you're saying that it's real?
I feel like you're giving them $19, and if they don't send the shit, then you'll never know, unless you're sending it to yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I feel like the clientele for this. Like, how often do you talk to your ex? You know what I mean?
I think you're just waiting on them to send a thing on Facebook or something. Whoever sent me this fucking box of elephant shit, and it clearly looks like elephant shit.
Right.
I'm pissed off.
Now, it says now accepting cash, no paper trail, but there's no option to pay with cash. You have a confirm and pay now, but how do you pay with cash online?
So I think...
Money order?
I guess. I don't know.
But that's a paper trail.
Yes. Evidently.
And you're going to send cash. And can you send shit in the mail, by the way? Wouldn't that be a biohazard?
I guess so. I mean...
So that's why all of this stuff seems weird to me.
Well, let's try it out, and then we'll...
You go ahead and do that.
We'll write a review.
BT, when's your birthday? Let us know.
We're celebrating everybody else's birthdays around here.
Send it to your dad.
What the fuck? I'm gonna use this in my damn garden.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joshua.
Yeah.
That's the best fertilizer I've ever had in my fucking life.
That elephant shit really makes the tomatoes come in. Well, if somebody sent me one of these, Josh, we'd have a fight. But that brings up, the other day I was looking at Barstool Sports, and they said, just some friendly road rage finished with respect. Have you ever seen a fight go this way? So the video right now that you're seeing is a man that's looks like to be like 6'7", no shoes on, clearly has the upper hand.
Got a fucking man bun going on.
Clearly has the upper hand over the guy he's fighting in this road rage incident outside of a bank at a red light. And watch this. They're fighting.
Why does he have no shoes on if he's driving?
They're fighting.
That's disturbing.
Done? Got me. Are you done? Yeah, bro. I'm done. Let's go for Costco. Good fight. Here you go.
And then they shake hands.
Good fight. Good fight.
Good
Glad
fight.
you guys got that fucking settled.
And then a guy walks up from the bank and goes, "Glad you guys got that fucking settled."
Is this how fights in the North are handled?
It's just a friendly handshake afterwards.
You got me, bro. You got me.
You got me. I'm done.
Shake my fucking hand.
And they shook hands. And then one guy picked up his shoes that he lost in the battle. And then one other guy picked up his glasses.
Goddamn man wearing blue socks.
Walked off.
What the fuck?
You know, they should be wearing white.
White or black? It's all white or black or gray.
Can't wear blue socks?
Goddamn.
Why can't you wear blue socks?
Children wear blue socks.
Everybody wears blue
Children
socks.
and fucking little boys wear goddamn like caricatures
This
and
is your
fucking
dad coming out in you.
No, they do.
This is your dad coming out in you.
Look, almost 10 years ago when I started seeing that trend of fucking grown men wearing cartoon characters on socks and all that fucking bullshit, I criticized them then, and I'll do it still now.
It's weird
like,
what
look,
upsets you.
children and fucking like little boys wear goddamn
Somebody's
little
repressing something.
bullshit on their No, it's about being a man. That's what it's about. And you don't wear
can't wear-
cartoon characters on your fucking socks or underwear. What the fuck?
On your underwear. Who's wearing it on their underwear?
Children.
Yeah, well, children wear underwear like that. But
Okay, Mr. I
I
can't.
didn't say you can't. I'm just saying who's wearing cartoon character underwear.
Blue fucking socks. Get the fuck out
I got
of
some
here.
blue socks.
Well, you're like this fucking man bun wearing son of a bitch.
I can't wear the socks like he's wearing. The ones that cut way under the heel almost, just barely covers your fucking foot.
I just want to say, if this was in Southside Jackson, it would have went just like it was, and then it'd been like, "Fuck you, son of a bitch! I'll kill your ass after,
And your blue socks.
motherfucker!" And they would have just stopped and got in the car. But there's still animosity. Not
Yeah.
this fucking, "Hey, buddy, that was a good fight," and somebody else congratulating them. No, that one guy, if he was from Southside Jackson, he'd be like, "I'm calling the fucking law, you son of bitches!"
Stop fighting out here.
Yeah,
and then you hear
that's
Josh
what-
in the background going, "Spaghetti everywhere! It's all over my damn car."
I fucked my car up looking at that pussy in that blue socks. I would have had a wreck from coming back from Olive Garden or whatever.
One more, Josh, then we'll get out of here because I know we're running over a little bit today. This Amazon driver is having a bad day, and let's just show you what kind of a bad day he's having.
The oversea, not seas, news.
Every time you hear that cutting out of audio there, I want you to listen to it again. That's curse words.
That's me last night with my door.
Truck ID or something.
He is maxing that fucking Amazon Prime truck out to the max with that motor.
So in the unedited version, you hear him just going, "Shit, shit, shit, fuck, shit," like over and over again. And it bleeps it out here. And then he gets in his truck and drives off just yelling, "Ah!" You've had those days, haven't you?
Like I said, I had
At
a
work?
night last night where I was doing that. It was like I was just slamming that door over and over and over, yelling obscenities at 12:30 at night.
Just yelling as the rain Shawshank down.
Fucking shit!
Get trash bags, it's starting to rain.
Barbecue tits! Ah!
How are you going to drive that without the door flopping over? You're going to have to get inside with bungee cords and...
Well, no, I was a smart ass. I fucking looped the seatbelt through the oh shit thing on the door.
Uh-huh.
That way it just stays
shut,
and she can drive it to the Ford dealership tomorrow.
Ah.
No problem.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and I figure we go over to grandma's and put it under the carport. That way it won't rain on it and
Yeah.
anything like that. So
Well, that's good.
all the bases are covered.
One last one, man. You know, we watched that fight. This is when I saw on, I watch these videos sometimes. You know, my wife watches these like political argument videos all the time, and I'm like, I just don't see how anybody does that. Mine is like public, like disagreements. I guess that's
but
it.
Not.
Sometimes
political?
it's fight. Sometimes it's just fight based, but it's never political. I never like political fights. Just bore me to death.
Donald Trump was stole from, bitch.
Yeah.
It's like a grown man beating up a mid-20s woman.
To me, it's kind of all a work, but this fight started over bacon at Subway.
Now look, if I order of bacon, I don't expect one piece torn to two.
Well, listen to this.
There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. So you're gonna give me no, you can call the police. You're gonna give me either my money back or you're gonna give me some cooked bacon. That's just what's gonna happen.
I mean, you talk to somebody else.
Yeah, that's okay. You can either give me cooked bacon or I asked her to put it in a toaster oven. This bacon is not cooked.
I put it in the oven like
Okay, well, see, you figure it out. You figure out what to do. You don't get an attitude with me. You put it back in the... Go ahead, because this is going to be all on social media.
What kind of...
I asked for a club sandwich with bacon.
Exactly, like, I don't give a fuck.
That's why you work...
All right, so the woman's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, that she works there. Like, this is customer service nowadays. Now, I'll admit, there's a better way to handle it than the woman did in the video going, I asked for cooked bacon. It's on the internet. It's like, you just go, hey, ma'am, can you please throw that bacon back in the oven one more time for me?
And she's like, I don't give a fuck. You can talk to somebody else if you want to.
Well, this is going to break down to where the customer, who appears to be always right, challenges her to a fight. You know how you can tell when somebody is not as bad as they want to act like they are? Well, let's be honest. She looks like she's probably like 16.
Yeah.
Like, probably was in ISS that morning with that attitude.
Probably got a lot more wind than the person talking behind the camera.
Yeah, but let's watch. You tell me who in these two that would really throw down right now.
And that's why you're always going to be working for other people. Yep. Exactly. You know that, right?
You need to wipe that off your mouth.
Thank you for telling me.
You're so welcome.
You're welcome. You're a little ignorant. You're very ignorant. And you're really bad for business. You're really bad for business. That's okay. I'm gonna let the little African dudes know.
I don't care.
Okay. This is gonna be all on social media.
I'm gonna talk to you crazy.
Okay, well keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking. That's why you're gonna be at Subway for the rest of your goddamn life with an attitude like that.
Damn.
That's because you're losers. They work for people.
I'm like 16, so I'm just starting. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
I'm gonna tell that little African dude on you.
That's what she said.
Myself.
Girl bond.
Myself.
Girl bond. I'll buy you to get that phone number.
What are you gonna do? Because you can't beat my ass.
You want to bet?
I know you can't. Okay. All right.
You can't beat my ass. You want to bet?
Yeah, and she sets the phone down. I'm assuming she's taking off her earrings right now because like
you gotta take the watch off.
Yep, they're taking the watches off, taking the earrings off.
I want you to try me. It's gonna stay on your face.
So now she's putting the camera all up in her face.
You're stupid.
That's when you know she don't want to fight. With the whole, you stupid, because why wouldn't you swing at this point?
Because she wants to get another paycheck next week. I don't know.
Maybe, but you think she's going to get it by cursing out the customer? Oh, physical violence is where I draw the line, ma'am. Your fucking stupid ass can go sit over there with you fucking uncooked bacon. But no, I will not swing. Here we go.
I mean, that's gonna be you going to jail.
No, it's not.
Now, this is even accentuating it, Josh. It went from I will fight you to if you hit me, you're gonna go to jail. That's the ultimate sign of somebody that doesn't want to fight. The ultimate, like, hey, if you do this, you're gonna go to jail.
I will call the police.
Yeah.
You said you don't put your hands on me. What you gonna do?
Girl, get out my face.
Drag, girl.
Who gonna get dragged? Girl.
That's right. That's right. You gotta stay calm. You gotta stay calm behind there. You gotta stay calm there. You gotta stay calm, little girl.
Girl, I'll show you what this little girl can
Okay, do it. Do it.
Catch me at 10 when I
No, you can catch me.
Can you imagine if she would have came back at 10 o'clock?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Made an appointment, bitch.
Well, I mean, you're going to get arrested if
I got bills and shit, ho.
Me right now,
No,
because you can catch me right now.
I get off.
You can catch me right now. It's okay.
Girl.
Yeah. That's how you know somebody doesn't really want to fight, Josh.
I don't want to record your ugly ass. First,
Looking like Ronald McDonald up in this
The girl has big red hair, and she's like, I don't want to record your ugly ass. She's like, what? Looking like Ronald McDonald. This motherfucker. But I mean,
to be fair, it was probably a child.
Oh, yeah.
And the woman talking behind the camera, she's a lot older.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell.
That's true. That's true. But, you know, at some point, like, when was the manager going to step in?
I think the manager is the one that walked away.
Yeah. He's like, we'll just let him handle it.
He had gray in his beard, and he was like, hey, what's going on? What's your problem?
And she's like, I asked her to cook this bacon. I did cook the bacon.
And then he walked away.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I don't know what to tell
All
you.
right, well, damn. They going to work it out.
Like, he ain't doing
Like,
nothing.
what was the problem? Just, hey, I'll go throw
Well,
this
what-
bacon in the...
How about tell your
If you want
employee-
it burnt, bitch, I'll burn the fuck out of it.
Imagine if he would have come up with that. Make it even. I'll throw hands with you, bitch. Come on.
He'd take his little diamond studs out of his ears.
But I mean, think of it like this: it's like if you're the manager of a place and you see your employee openly fighting with another customer who is recording you, by the way,
Right.
What wouldn't you say, ma'am? I will make this right, and look at your employee and go to the back and sit down, at least just to cool down.
Right.
Just go back and sit down. Ma'am, I'm sorry you had this experience.
To be fair,
you want some. I don't know what happened before the camera cut off.
well, I don't
But-
either, but I know what I seen, and I seen the fucking 16-year-old. She was kind of being a little, or however old.
She's
she
being a
is.
16-year-old.
Yeah, but immediately the damn woman, she said, "Yeah, bitch, that's why you work at Taco Bell and your ass gonna stay
Subway.
working at
Subway.
Taco Bell." Or
Subway.
yeah, Subway, Taco Bell. Same idea. That's why your ass works for somebody. She literally said that.
Yeah.
That's why you work for somebody, and you're always going to be working for somebody.
Well, that
so
is the-
she kind of started
deep.
cutting to the core there. So that's
Like-
when I would have stepped in and been like, "Hey, well, I'm 16, so
Looking
I
like-
legally can't own anything, right?" You know,
Ronald
right now.
McDonald looking at us.
Damn.
Working at Subway.
That's why your ass gonna
Does
be working at
Does
Subway.
corporate know Ronald McDonald's working at Subway?
I think you fucking undercovering for some
What-
motherfuckers.
Yeah, what if she went the opposite way? You got a spy here, Subway. A spy.
Ronald McDonald collecting data for motherfucking McDonald's.
Oh, man. But, like, as a manager, that's a manager fail. Because the manager should have been all over that instead of going, what was the problem? Ah, yeah, y'all figure it out.
Well, she said, I'm going to contact them little Africans, and I assume that's who owns the store, that are not there right now.
guess.
So it maybe just be like a crew, no manager. Nobody's got a key. Nobody's locking up the restaurant right now.
There's always a manager. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Always somebody that's more in charge. I'll say this, just as a guy that works there, you should probably be like, hey, look, y'all are getting a little heated. Ma'am, I'll fix your order. Go to the back and sit down. I'll take care of this. Just de-escalate the situation.
Right.
not
He just walks away.
Why are y'all arguing? That seems valid. It's like, what?
Y'all bitches crazy. And then walks away.
This fool behind you done ordered a chopped salad. Fuck.
That means I got to chop all this shit.
They finally took that off the menu.
Really?
Yes, they don't have chopped
They
salad.
wouldn't chop it when I ordered it.
I don't think they have salads anymore. They have protein bowls.
Yeah.
Which is salads. It's just basically a
Same
smaller
shit.
salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they don't have chopped. I remember every time I ordered a chopped salad, I kind of felt like somebody said,
Do you want this bacon chop?
"Motherfucker."
I had somebody literally ask me that about bacon about a year ago when I
Yeah.
ordered a salad when I was trying to do right and all that.
You know why?
And they said, do you want this bacon chop? No, I want to eat it fucking piece by piece on top of my salad. Are you fucking shitting me?
Are you putting 43 bites of bacon on there? Like 43 strips?
Nope. It
Then
was
no.
2 strips.
Yeah.
Do you want these chopped
You
up
know
too?
why they asked that question, right? It's because when they chop it, that gets that knife thing, that little pizza cutter like thing.
Yeah.
It gets it all greasy. So then they have to try to clean it, and they had to get their hand. It makes it even more harder.
Oh, my
Oh, yeah,
God.
it's harder than squirting mustard or mayo on a sandwich.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. That's the reason. That's the reason why the shake machine's always broken at McDonald's. Try to get a milkshake at like night. It's broken. It's out. No, they don't want to clean it again.
Right.
That's the problem.
The motherfucker from day shift who done cleaned it, he done went home.
Yeah. So we're not turning this on until day shift comes back.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, our time here has come to an end, Josh.
I think you should contact the manager, motherfucker.
Well,
I'm not satisfied.
if they want to contact our manager, how do they do that?
Well, I believe that our manager is at P3 Radio, the number 1 on Twitter, on Facebook. Put in that search bar, Pop Poncho, Poncho. You'll see our photo. If you want to get with us the old school way, our telephone number 731-300-6675.
Well, that's going to do it for us. For Josh Brawley, this is Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening. And good night.